Hi guys. Okay, so today we're going to be making a faux suede flogger. This is a DIY tutorial. I'm going to show you from start to finish how to make the flogger. This is not going to be a super sting flogger, but if you hit right, it can sting a little bit, but it's pretty low in the pain scale. It's more of kind of a thud, but it's great, especially if you're new and not really into the pain and all that just yet. So anyhow, through my research online, I've been trying to find different tutorials and stuff to do these types of toys for BDSM play. But what I have noticed online is that there's just not a lot of simple tutorials out there. Most of it is a lot of handle braiding, and you need power tools and all this fancy stuff that not everybody has access to. Now, of course, if you're handy and you have experience with power tools and you're comfortable doing that kind of stuff, by all means, find you a fancy tutorial and make an amazing looking flogger. But if you're new and you want to just start out and do something cheap and easy, then this is the tutorial for you. So, since I couldn't find a simple tutorial, I decided to go ahead and make one because I'm a pretty crafty person, and I wanted to do something that would be affordable and something that you can make on your own if you don't want to go out and buy your first flogger yet. You're not sure that you like pain or that you'll like it at all. You can just make one of these. I wrote it down. Let me look. To make this whole thing, it cost a total of $16.90. If you make a second one, it only costs you $11.82 because there's some of the items that you already have from the first project. So it's fairly cheap if you're not real sure yet. If you want to go full in and buy a good high quality made flogger, you can just get this, try it out, see if you like this type of thing, and go from there. Or if you're just thrifty or frugal like I am and just don't want to spend $60 on a flogger, you can just make your own. So let's start off with the things that you need. And I want to apologize for my head being cut off. I'm going to try to not raise up so you can't see my eyes. But it was the only way that you could see the table here, so that you could see what I was doing and sort of see me. So the first thing you're going to need is faux suede cord. And this is from, everything that I purchased is from Walmart. I wanted everything to be accessible to everybody and easy to find. So this is what we got. It's faux suede cord from the DIY jewelry section at Walmart. It is 40 feet or 12.2 meters, and I'm thinking that this is like an eighth of an inch thick, probably cord. It's not a very thick cord, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be very thick. I really liked these colors. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a olive green, a brown, a red, and a black. They also have this color at my local Walmart. It's just the light brown, the gray, the dark brown, and the black. And I'm going to make one in this at another time, and I'll put a tutorial up for that too. But I wanted to start off with the red and the green because I just think they're beautiful. These are $3.97 a piece, and you need 3 packages. 2 of them are going to be for the falls of the flogger, and the other one will be for the handle. The next thing that you're going to need is round dowel rods. You can buy the long, larger dowel rods that are just in single sticks if you want. It would be plenty enough, and they're cheap. But if you don't want to use power tools, or you don't have power tools, then this is the way to go. These are the wooden round dowels, assorted sizes. It's got from 3/16 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch. We're using the 3/8 of an inch today. It is the thicker one, but this is what they look like, and these are like $2.97. So once you've gotten one, you can use these for several other projects, and we'll actually use the smaller one on a vinyl flogger that I'll be doing next week. So you'll have those. You won't have to buy those again. That's why it kind of makes the next project, the next flogger project, cheaper, because you've already got some of the supplies. So what I have done is I have taken the biggest dowel rod, if you can see that, and I have cut it in half, and you can see that it's not like a super perfect cut. I just used a pair of my brother's wire cutters and just cut it in half. You can cut them with scissors if that's all you have. Kitchen shears would probably be easier than regular scissors because they're meant to cut through bones. These are pretty soft wood, and they're not very thick, so it's not too hard to cut through. So again, I was just trying to make it where you didn't have to use tools of any kind really, other than common household tools. And then I did go and purchase some decorative nails, and you're only going to need a few of them. You can even get push pins. The little flat-headed tacks or push pins from Walmart, they're like, I don't know, 50 cents, $1 maybe. These were $1.37 or $1.27. Yeah, $1.37 a piece. A box, there's 24 in a box. This is what they look like. They had different finishes. Let's see if I can show you the tops of it. There you go. See how the top is? I thought that was really pretty. I thought it would go really good with the green and the browns in my flogger. These are just going to be to secure part of the handle. So I got several boxes of these just because I have some other projects that I'm doing, some paddles that I will be posting tutorials on, and I'll be using them for those too. If you're going to use these decorative nails, you will need a pair of wire cutters, so either pick some up in the craft section at Walmart in the DIY jewelry section, or go over to the tools and just grab you a cheap pair. They don't have to be anything fancy, only because these are so long that they might push too far through. They're pretty long. They're like a ½ inch nail on them. If you get the like thumbtacks, the flat-headed thumbtacks from Walmart in the office department, you won't have to cut those down. So if you don't want to buy pliers, then just go ahead and do that. But if you plan on making very many toys, you're probably going to want some wire cutters at some point anyways. So just grab some. They're not very expensive. I think in the jewelry making section they're like $5, and they might have some even cheaper over in the hardware section. So I will be using a few of them, maybe 5 or 6 or so for this project, and then I'll be using the rest of them on my paddle project, and you'll have to tune into that to see what that's all about. And then the last thing that I got was a sheet of black felt, and that is just for the handle to cover up the falls once they're attached, and to kind of bridge the gap, so to speak, and I'll show you what I mean by that later. This was 23 cents for one sheet, and you should only need one sheet for this project. So okay, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. I have already cut one whole package of these. These falls measure about 15 inches long, and the good thing is that you do not need a measuring tape for this. What you're going to do is just untie it and pull it off. I should have cut all but one of these before I started the video, but I didn't think about it, so bear with me. Alright, so I'm just going to meet both ends together, and hopefully you will be able to see this. I don't know if I can zoom in or not now. Okay, I'm going to just kind of scoot up just so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm meeting both of these ends together like this, and then I'm just going to pull down, pinching the line so that they stay the exact same length. And then I'm just going to take my scissors And I'm just going to reach in there and pull up so that it's even centered and clip that. Just like that. That makes 2 exact same length falls. So I'm just going to take this, the one that I just cut, and I'm going to fold it in half again, make it where it's the same exact length, and cut it again. So now I have 2 even lengths. Once I do the other one in the same exact way, fold it in half, meet them together, pull, and then you just want to cut it in half. Now, instead of having 1 length, I have 4 that are all the same length. So now if you just butt them all up together, you can run your hand down and put them all together at the end, and run your hand down, and you just want to cut them one more time. And now you have, I believe it's 8, 2, 3, 4. Yep, now you have 8 strings the same exact length. They're going to be roughly 5 inches. This comes with 40, they're going to be about 15 inches, sorry. This comes with 40 feet of string or suede. Each color is 10 foot long. So when you cut them, like I have done, you don't have to measure. They will all end up the same exact length because each long individual strand is all the same length. If it's a little off, and it might be, in the end you can either leave it if you like it, or you can go ahead and you can trim them up so that they all match in length. That is just a personal preference and is completely up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and cut down the rest of these. Okay, and we're just going to keep going until all of these are complete and all of these are cut. I don't want to have to piece the video together because I'm not as experienced at that as I need to be. So if you don't want to watch me finish cutting these up, you can always fast forward just a little bit. And also, while I'm busy and need something to talk about, you can look down below in the little description box, and or look right underneath this video, and I will put a list of what was purchased and where I found it at Walmart, so that you know what you're looking for. Now you can leave these as long or as short as you please. That is all up to you. That is a personal preference. Doesn't matter to me, whatever you want to do. Now, on these, because they're wound around this little box, they are not straight. You can do one of two things. You can just leave it be and let them fall out. As it's hanging, it will fall. Or you can iron every single string. If you're going to iron it, I would suggest that you do that before you cut the strands, or you're going to be there all day ironing out a million strings. So do it one string at a time, because then you can just pull the string underneath the iron and You can just put a piece under there and then just pull the string and it'll iron it as it pulls. Or you can use a straightening iron. That works too. If you don't want to pull out an iron, or if you don't have an iron, you can use a straightening iron. And that will straighten them out. I plan to just put mine in my little toy box and let them fall out on their own. If you're more of a perfectionist than this, then you can always measure these out and cut them. Just know that it's going to take you quite a long time. So this is kind of how it is now. It's quite a few falls there. So it's quite a few. Once it's all straight, it'll look way better. So now what we're going to do is we are going to start attaching the falls to the dowel rod. So look at, I guess if you could see me, just scroll down and click on the second video and we'll do the falls. Alright, see you there.